Hey everybody, welcome back. Let me make sure this headset's turned off. Sick of having those things on. Sick of listening to GPS. So, what are we doing today? We're complaining, right? Yes. Sick, I'm sick of sick. I am sick of it. Because I'm sick of it. What about you? Hold on, now if I can fix this thing. So now I gotta fix this. If I was at home, it'd be fixed. See? I'm sick of that too. I don't want to drive home. I'm sick of that too. Can't even do it. I used to be able to do this with like a straight face without laughing. But isn't it something how much... Do you ever really think about how much we actually complain in a day? I do. And I'm trying to get better at it. Especially when I'm tired, because I know that's when the enemy comes in the most, and then that's when he starts coming in and detouring us from God. I had a person tell me a while back saying, I can't believe you say Satan tempts you. Then I question how close you are to God. I said, I can't believe you're saying that, because if Satan ain't tempting you, then you're doing nothing for God. Why would he have to tempt you if you're doing nothing for God, if you're on his side of the team? He's not going to kick you off his team now. So when you're doing something for God, naturally, he's coming at you because he wants to stop you. Make sense? Makes sense to me. But what do I know? I can tell you, I always like... Look at that spider. Holy good gosh. I hate spiders, man. My face is still tore up from them little... I'll tell you what, as much as I've been bit, I have not turned into Spider-Man yet. Man, I've been trying. I actually crawled up on this cliff the other day, and I was like doing the web thing. Nothing. No web. And then I'm looking down going, it's a good thing I didn't jump. Seriously, I didn't do that, but that would be funny, wouldn't it? What's that crazy guy doing up there? Oh, never mind. Leave him alone. He's at the end of his time. So, I always like to share emails and comments and stuff. Most of the stuff you guys can go on there and read, unless it's been blocked or taken off or something. But, I still got, like, the last 3 videos. I have to go on there and look at the comments. I will probably do that tomorrow morning. But I'm excited. I'm excited that I got a great video coming this week. And, to me, they're all great. Most people, they're not. But that's okay. That's their opinion. And we just got to accept their opinions. I tell you what, some people, I just question whether or not how connected they are to God. Because it amazes me how fast immaturity sets in. I mean, seriously. Because we disagree with something, we're not always going to agree with everything, but we should agree with the Bible. As far as the satanic realm goes, there's quite a bit that I'm not going to disagree with because I've lived it for so long. And again, I'm not saying I'm right on all of it. Heck, that's one thing I don't want to be right on. But I do know a thing or two about that. You're in good hands with Allstate. How many people has Allstate? You all should switch to Allstate. Every one of you. Tell them that I told you to call. I'm just joking. I'm seriously joking. I do not. I did that for a reason, because I had somebody ask me, why are you doing all these plugins for companies and stuff? And I said, I didn't realize I was. And they wanted to know if they were sponsors or something. That's why I did that one, and I said on there, no, they're not my sponsor. Would it really matter? I mean, honestly, it's not like... But No. First of all, you got to have way more followers, and sponsors want huge followings. Trust me. Not that I looked into it. I just know people that actually has sponsors on their eBay. Yeah, that was my plug-in for eBay. On their YouTube channels and all other kind of stuff. So honestly, if you really think about it, as much commercials goes on there, and commercials that come on to your channel and stuff, even Rumble is going to start putting commercials in, people. I said it a long time ago. I said it'll become just like YouTube. Just give it some time. They're doing all this stuff free to get everybody to watch it. Only problem about Rumble, it's hard to upload stuff on there, and it buffers so much. It drove me crazy. And people told me, well, you could go on there and voice your opinion. You can say whatever you want. Rumble doesn't. That is not true. Rumble would not upload 3 of my videos because of the content that I was putting on there. Seriously. I was like, really? I like to know what I speak that is so different. Maybe it's the way I speak it. I don't know. But I'm telling you, the current event stuff that I do speak about, it's there. Now, earlier on with YouTube, when I was speaking things that the Lord gave me, YouTube wouldn't let it go on. Which kind of upset me. I'm like, well, why not? But all these other people are speaking about current events and events that are taking place. And, I mean, I can go down the list, people. We're about to get in an accident. Because you guys are riding with me knowing that we're about to get in an accident. And nobody's trying to stop me. Well, I thought you guys loved me here. What the heck? Where's the love? I'm about to crash and nobody's trying to stop me. That's why you're in good hands with Allstate. You don't have to worry about crashing because you're in good hands. Oh my gosh. I'm tired. I told you guys before, when I get tired, I get silly. And it's kind of like truth serum. You could get a lot of information out of me when I'm like this. But either way, you know, I had a guy that I was trying to get hooked up with, this other person and stuff, and through YouTube and all that. And for some reason, I don't know where I had his information that he sent me on his videos and stuff, and it just, I lost it. I don't know even how to get it. So I reached, he sent me something and asked me about a channel, and I said, no, that's not them. And then when I asked back, hey, send me your YouTube information so I can send that over so he can watch some of your videos. And he won't reply. And I'm thinking because he might have watched one of the videos on what he told me about, because he was on another podcast and he was talking about I guess he had a person reach out to him through comments or whatever and wanted to know if he committed his life to Satan, if that's unforgivable. And I guess this guy told him no. Well, I agree and disagree with that. I agree depending on how you committed your life to Satan. I mean, I disagree depending on how you commit your life to Satan. I would agree all sins are forgivable, but blasphemy against the Spirit. And we've been over this. We've been over this way too many times. But my thing is, if that's what he's upset about, because I was restructuring my thoughts on what he said, then that's sad. I mean, that's truly sad. But he hasn't responded to me or anything else, so I gather that's probably what it is. I mean, because we kind of had a little thing back before he commented on one of the videos, and I said something back to him. I replied back to him, I think you're looking at this wrong. And you know how it goes, people. You know, some people, you can offend people, and some people you can't. Me, I don't really care. I'm just going to give it to you how I look at it. And whether you see it that way or you don't, that's okay. I'm not telling you to comment stupid to me either. I mean, if you come at me, I have the rights to respond back. I'm leaving comments on, and I'm allowing people to talk. I mean, I thought we were adults here. So, okay, I guess we're not. So, have at it. Don't talk to me then. I'm not losing sleep. Matter of fact, I'm tired anyway, so I'm probably going to get a good night's sleep tonight. The truck I was sitting next to last night, the guy left his motor running all night. And I'm telling you right now, that thing sounded like a freaking rod or a pulley was going to let go, or something was going to let go in that pile of junk. That thing, even this morning when I got up, I just wanted to walk over there and pound on his door and was like, are you kidding me right now? Can you shut that noisy thing off? I don't even know how that guy sleeps. Maybe he has to leave it running because maybe it won't start. I was actually in a truck like that. They fixed it to where my truck would never idle off, because we got these idle things on our trucks where our trucks will shut down. And after like so many seconds, it shuts off. Kind of annoying when you're trying to hook up to the trailer to build your air pressure up. It really is annoying, people, because the damn thing just shuts off and you're like, are you kidding me right now? I mean, like, what the heck is going on? Oh, it's a freaking accident up here. That's real nice. My gosh. I'm telling you, people, all day long, this is what I watch. People are so impatient. I literally watched a guy today was coming into my lane on his cell phone. He was staring with his knees and just doing this the whole time. He never looked up and just kept coming over and coming over, to the point that I was on the white line and he was still coming over. And I was just getting ready to blow the air horn, right? Because my air horn is like right above where your rear view mirror would be. And I was just getting ready to blow that air horn, and then I can look right in his passenger mirror. I see him looking right at me, and I'm looking at him, and I just pointed at him. And then he jolted over, and then he hurried up, and you could see him putting his phone down. And I'm thinking in my head going, wow, isn't that something? Look at this. It's like every lane up here. No wonder why we're going so slow. We all got to jolt over to another lane. And people don't let us. And that's what I'm saying. Where's the love? It's like people don't even let people over anymore. You just got to force your way over. And then we're going to cause another accident. Because we are more important. I am more important. I want to go home. So everybody needs to just move. When they see my vehicle, move. I'm going to put a little flashing light on top and be like, no, I'm first. I don't even know what the fire department's doing. Oh, they're putting out a fire. Somebody's car caught on fire. Oh my gosh, I hope they're all right. Oh man, that looks bad, people. Our Heavenly Father, I pray that the responders there, nobody will hurt them, run into them. I pray that the people that were in that vehicle got out of that vehicle alive. And if they don't know you, they have an opportunity to know you if they got burnt or anything like that. You lead us into the places where we'll find you waiting for us to grab your hand. And I hope that's the case for these people, and they're not deceased and didn't have an opportunity at all to repent. Lord, I lift this up in your name. Amen. See, people, that's what I'm talking about right there. I think sometimes we want to sound important, and I'm not saying this person doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to the demonic realm. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he didn't walk in it. I'm not saying his testimony's not true. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying you literally got to think about how you answer someone's questions. Because look at that situation. Say if I was still in my way, okay? Now, and I told you guys a lot about my demonic ways and what I was doing. If I truly told you all of it, I'm sure some of you probably unsubscribe and never watch another video. Then again, some of you may not. You may, because you may go, well, hey, I see how the Lord has changed you. And that's the whole thing of this channel. See, the difference is I never surrendered my life to Lucifer or Satan. I never written my name on a contract. I never put my name in blood. I didn't do any of those things. So therefore, you can see why I look at things the way I look at it. But what if I was still in that realm doing chants and doing all that stuff and causing chaos everywhere I went, sacrificing things, doing those very things, and I hit a wall and I got stuck? Because you really think that Lucifer is going to let me out of a car? Yeah, look how many cars I've crashed. And look how many times I could testify that there was a heavenly encounter with me that's got me out of those cars. I told you the one that the engine was in the back and I came out the trunk. I seen Jesus standing right there and lifting me up. Why? I did not deserve any of their mercy. See, but here's the difference. I believe if you willingly know what you're doing, it's like taking the mark of the beast in the end times. Truly it is. Because you're willingly signing that contract, knowingly that Christ is Christ, Satan is Satan, Lucifer is Lucifer. So why are you signing it? Why are you surrendering your life to him? Is that not the same? That's like saying, well, I didn't make it to heaven, but now it's time to take the mark of the beast, or I'm not going to be able to eat. So I'm just going to say, hey, Lord, I'm taking this mark, but you're going to have to forgive me because you said everything's forgivable. See, now if I spoke that to someone and they believe what I said and go into a sinning nature and stay on that fleshly life and live the way that you want to live and then live under Lucifer's commands, then please somebody explain to me how that is not blasphemy of the Spirit. Because you're denying. You know the truth. You're denying. See, I didn't know the truth. I knew there was somebody called Jesus, and I knew there was a God. I knew there was a God because I hated God. So if I hated God, it has to be real. How did I know it was real? Because I grew up with stuff that haunted movies and haunted houses try to scare you with. The crazy thing is, I got people that witnessed it. So how can it not be true? How can you disprove what I'm saying? I didn't have to make up a story to get on some podcast, nor would I ever. Because let me tell you right now, there are so many fake, false people out there just want fame and fortune or whatever they're searching for. Because literally, people, some of this stuff is so... I actually heard a guy, listen to this, and I'm not gossiping, sent me an email, said, well, your email's on one of the videos, so I'm replying to you. First of all, he goes, I think you're a coward. I think you are a liar, and the things you speak about are not true. And I replied back to him when I was doing my 30-minute break. And I replied back to him and I said, well, please tell me how I'm a liar. And please tell me how I got proof. I still have family that's alive that lived in the house I lived in when I was younger. Growing up. I mean, yeah, they didn't live with me in the demonic home that when I was in my teens. But if my sister that was a year and a half older than me was still alive, she'd testify that she watched me do some weird stuff with candles and light candles, and I didn't need a match or a lighter or anything. That's impossible, he said. I don't believe that. Really? Do you believe it? Do you believe in the Holy Bible? Do you believe every word of the Holy Bible is true? And he said yes, because if not, then it comes back void, and none of God's words are void. So you tell me that the Bible is 100% truthful. From what we write and what we read, you're saying is 100% truthful. I'm just trying to get this right with you. Yes. Okay. So, there's a passage in there where it says, a donkey sat down and said, "Why are you hitting me?" A donkey. Yeah? You believe that Jonah got swallowed by a great fish and lived inside of a great fish for 3 days? Yeah? Inside of a great fish. Inside of its belly. With food and water and all that stuff and acids and everything in there. You're telling me you believe that. But you can't believe that I'm able to light a candle by saying the words that you need to say. No, I don't believe that. Do you believe in exorcisms? Yes. There's reported cases of it. Do you believe that Jesus cast out demons from people? Yes. Huh. Something. Do you believe that hypnosis, and do you believe that people can move stuff? Yes. I'm finding it kind of hard to believe you believe all this, because I said I lit candles by saying a chant. Do you believe that a demon got in me that lifted all that weight that I talked about? Yes, I do believe you get super strength from demons when they enter your body. You got to be kidding me. I mean, people, just follow me on this boat for a minute. Okay, let's just stop the roller coaster. There's a charter bus boat that I chartered for us. Let's just go walk over there and everybody grab a fishing pole and let's cast when we get in the middle of the ocean over here. Okay, we're all fishing, everybody's getting fish, and all of a sudden we hear somebody go, "Wow, man, this thing is really huge." And all of a sudden, man, we're all cheering for him. Yeah, reel it in, reel it in. And then all of a sudden we see a fin come up out of the water. It's a shark. Cut it loose before you are eaten. That's sometimes what you got to do with people. Cut it loose. That's it. Cut it loose. Snip it on to the new. And sometimes that's what people are. They are just there to ignore you and sidetrack you from what you're about to do. If you notice, I really haven't been coming back at people. I mean, I'll comment on something because they're cowards. I say it all the time. You're a coward. You say the stuff, but you don't want to go face to face with it. I'd rather have an adult conversation with somebody than to sit there and play these stupid little, "Do you like me? Yes or no? Check the box, yes or no." I mean, as far as I know, we're past that stage in life. We're adults. It's okay to be wrong. I've been wrong. Been wrong plenty of times. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong. I like to be wrong. Matter of fact, I wish I was wrong more often than I was right. People, how do you explain the fact of a lot of these things that I've written down and the things I speak to people, and then when it comes true, because, I mean, they'll be the first to tell me, "This hasn't come true yet. This hasn't come true yet." And then when it does, and when they see me, they'll just look at me like, waiting for me to say something. I'm just looking at them like, because most likely I probably already forgot about it. And then they'll say, "You remember when you said this?" Susan used to come on here a lot, and she used to tell me all the time, do you remember when you said this? This is happening, this is happening. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know. Maybe because I didn't reply. I don't know, people. I mean, I wish I could have somebody just reply for me sometimes. But let me ask you this. If somebody went on there and replied for me, would that be the same as me replying? Because it's really, I mean, most likely you probably could get in there. But every time I reply to somebody, people, it's me thinking about what you're saying and me responding to what you're saying. To me, it's more personal. Because, there's a lot of these podcasts and a lot of these YouTube channels. It's not the people that's on the videos. It's somebody else doing it for them. It's true. I heard a few people say it. And some people don't even reply at all. Some people turn their comments off because they get tired of dealing with hate. I don't really care. Because to me, hate is everywhere. You're never going to get rid of it. It's what we live in. You guys remember back when that person used to mock me over the Devil's Playground thing? I mean, that guy sent me all... It could have been a woman, too. I don't know. I dare not even ask anymore because of what happened with that other person. It doesn't matter. Okay, calm down. But see, I could be taking that out of context, too. You don't know because it's just words. But you see? See how fast people jump to conclusion? I don't know if that person's screaming back at me. I was always told, and I had a person tell me that, well, that's not necessarily the truth, because they could be just trying to put, I forget the right word for it, but they put everything in capital letters. To me, I was told that if somebody puts all capital letters in sentences after sentence, they're yelling. That's them yelling. I did that once, and somebody said, why are you yelling at me? What are you talking about? I sent you a freaking response. It's all capitals, Nelson. You're yelling at me. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? There's too much stupidness out here for me. I mean, it gets to a point where you don't even really want to say anything because it's like, my gosh, somebody's going to take this wrong. Somebody's going to take that wrong. Look back with my son's wife because she said, you mean like a selfie? Yeah. She said, well, you can go on Facebook and you can get them off. I said, I don't care where you get them from. I don't care where you get them from. So naturally, to me, a selfie, I was right when my oldest sister sent me the meaning of it. I told her, I said, as far as I know, isn't a selfie you taking a picture outside or taking a picture with a friend or something like that, but you're posing or whatever? I mean, that's a selfie. Correct me if I'm wrong. She says, no, you're right. So if I was wanting a nude picture of somebody, would I say, Facebook? Are you putting nude pictures on Facebook? This is how stupid people are. And I say stupid. And I don't care if it's offensive or not. It is stupid. Anybody believes this nonsense, you're stupid. Just plain, there's no intelligence in your body. None. Or, I'm right about this. They're just looking to start an argument. And that's exactly what happened. 2.5 years later, going on 3 years now, I still don't talk to them. Isn't that something? And it's peaceful. They look at it the other way around. Because I'll never forget what my son said. It seems like every time this happens when I'm around you. Or it always ends up like this or something. And I sat there for a long time and that dude in me. And I'm like, are you insane? I'm your father, first of all. You need to go back and recheck yourself in all the years. You lived with me by yourself for almost 3.5 years. Did you see a bunch of people running in and out of that house? Did you see me crawling in bed with a bunch of people? I don't think so. Instead, I was at work to make sure you had what you needed. That's the thanks. But you know what? I don't really care. And God is my witness. If Jesus was sitting right next to me, I'd still say it. Because you know why? Jesus defends me. He's my lawyer. Because when I was being crucified, whoa, this semi guy almost hit this car. Dang on truck drivers, you irresponsible drivers. Truck drivers are irresponsible. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, these truck drivers, some of them, I'd just like to pull them over and tell them exactly what I feel about them. Just joking. But sometimes I do. Especially guys like that. You ride up on somebody that close. At 55, because I had to drop from 55 down to 40, he would have hit that car. Because at 55 miles an hour, you need quite a bit of stopping distance. Just picture yourself on a football field. Do you think he had that? Nope. But you can see the patterns. When I first got with Darlene, she was asking me about the kids and stuff, and I told her down to a science how it was going to take place. She couldn't believe it. And then when it started happening, she's like, I still can't believe it. Because your kids grew up different. They grew up with a mother that let them do whatever they want. There was no rules. Miss school, don't go to school. You stay with me, there was rules. Because I have to teach you something. And look at it. Unbelievable. That's why I speak what I speak. Take hold of your households, no matter what the consequence is. Because no matter what, people, you may say, well, my child's never going to do what your children did, Nelson. You can't never say never, because I never in a million years would think any of them. But they did. But it's okay. Because you know why it's okay? Because my family is those who does. My family is the ones who does the will of the Father and follows under Jesus. Because I won't know them when I leave out of here. And eventually I will no longer have to see hell and hear about it and go through it, and because it's done and over. All the suffering and all the torture they're going to go through, they're going to be like, yeah, he was right. It's amazing, yo. When I was out of control and drinking and chaos, you follow Christ, and now I'm the evil one. I'm the one that's nobody wants to be around. Because water and oil don't mix. Never will, never has. But you got to think about life. You got to think about where we're at in this time frame. Because let me tell you, like I started the video on, how many of you were convinced that I really was complaining about all that stuff? There's times, people, I'll be sitting in this truck and just start getting beyond myself. And then I realize, why is this bothering me so much? It's traffic. I drive in traffic all day long. I put up with people cutting me off. I put up with people telling me I'm number one. You put up with it all. I mean, when you go to state to state to state, let me tell you one thing that people have in common. Ignorance. Ignorance. It's everywhere you go. Every state. Some states, it's a lot worse. Some states, let me tell you right now, and take it however you want. My skin color, call me white, call me pale, call me Caucasian, you call me whatever skin color, you can call me whatever you want to call me, isn't so well liked. I actually had a couple Walmart employees tell me I wouldn't stick around in here too long. Really? Why? And they just looked down at their skin and then looked at mine. I said, because of skin? Seriously? What are they going to do? Get me out back and beat the crap out of me? Wouldn't be the first time. And it's not going to be the last. I don't know what God has in store. Maybe sometimes I need a good knocking on my butt again. Wake me up. I'm letting that one sink in for a few minutes. I wonder how many people are sitting there going, what? It's a boxing phrase. When you get overconfident, a coach always would put us in with a better fighter. We'd have to fight. And I tell you, I don't care who you are. If I ever heard a fighter say, "Oh, I was never fearful to go into this fight," you're lying. I've listened to Muhammad Ali talk about fear. I've listened to plenty of heavyweights. I've listened to people that I knew that fought and said, "Yeah, you're right, Nelson. I had a lot of fear sometimes getting in the ring with some of these people." I fought a guy once that can fight southpaw and he can fight the other way. So he could turn at any moment and fight with his left hand out or his right hand out. That's very difficult to fight somebody that can change that quick. At least it was for me. I don't know about anybody else. I can't say that it is for everybody, but there's not too many people can fight like that either. It is the most distracting thing I've ever seen, if anything. Because you never know which hand they're going to lead with. And the fact that the power from both hands. If I had to close my eyes and try to figure out which hand he hit me with, I wouldn't be able to figure it out. That's a dangerous fighter. And I've been in the fights with dirty fighters. But let me ask you something. Being in a ring with a dirty fighter or being in the public and dealing with dirtiness? And I really, if anybody ever wants to leave a comment on some of this stuff, I'd be more than happy to hear your thoughts on it. Because to me, I really don't see the difference between nasty and just nasty. Because that's all that is, nasty. I might be wrong. I don't see the difference. You get a nasty fighter and they don't care. Part of the reason why I got out of the MMA stuff and went into boxing. Because it was really the only rule we had is we couldn't basically rip somebody's eye out, rip a body part off, or punch them in their private area. Or a throat punch. Because you could actually kill somebody. Do I know how to do all that stuff? Yes. And that's one thing about it is hand to hand, I would be too slow these days. And I'm not a fool. But survival, if I get a hold of somebody and I have to survive, then I will do what I need to do. Because let me tell you right now, there are so many people that looks really intimidating. You take sight, breath, and their legs out. Good luck. I remember a guy, true, come running up to me one night. We were all at a bar. Start of the fight. Comes walking down there, knocked my friend off of the bar stool, hit him. I mean, you heard the crack. And I'm standing at the pool table and I'm going, here we go. My buddy's looking at me and I'm looking at him. I said, this is going to hurt. He goes, you think? I said, yep. This is going to hurt. That guy got a little bit closer and I started smiling. And he looked at me and goes, what is so funny that you're going to sit there and smile for what's about to happen to you? I said, it's about to hurt. He goes, you're right, you're about to hurt. I said, you're about to hurt. He goes, I keep telling. He drew back. I picked up that pool ball off that table and I smacked him as hard as I could right in the throat. That big old boy was gasping. I thought I was going to go to prison for murder. Then again, it's self-defense. He finally got to where he could breathe. But he's had problems ever since then. Drinking, swallowing food. It's about to hurt. Now, some people said I was a coward by picking up something and smacking him in the... Listen, that big boy got a hold of me. The only option I would have had was to make him blind for the rest of his life. So I think what I did was a better option out of the two that went through my head. Make him gasp for air or take his sight completely out of him. Because that boy would have hurt me, and it would hurt me bad. For what? I have no idea. I have no idea what the guy was even mad for. But this is the stuff that goes on in that realm of demonic. It sounds like a great life, don't it? Don't it? Oh, come on. Somebody's got to agree with me. Because many people walk in that lifestyle and they don't even know that they're in that lifestyle. There is no levels of walking with Satan. You're either for God or you're against him. You cannot live a fleshly, earthly life and claim that you're going to go to heaven. I'm telling you right now, I'll sit there all day and listen to you try to convince me. But then I'm going to say, where does it say this in the Bible? Well, lately, it's amazing lately how many people have told me I'm going to hell. I've had many people tell me I'm going to hell for adultery, that I'm a liar, that I do this and I do that and I do this. And I'm going, I wish I had the time to do all the stuff people are telling me that I am doing. I don't get it. I don't get half the stuff that people think about. Where do you get these thoughts? Especially when I said I can prove it. I can prove my innocence. All you need to do is sit down and let's have a talk. Isn't it amazing that that never happens? You know why? Because the devil doesn't want you to hear the truth. Satan says, no way, it ain't going to happen on my watch because I got to go answer to Lucifer. And being that he's the fifth demon down, who do you think he's going to answer to on the way up to go talk to Lucifer? All the other four demons that are about to take control over him. But don't get me wrong, Satan's He's pretty powerful. We don't say that now. Demons. Oh, you can't underestimate demons, people. You can try. And that's where people fail. You underestimate it. Yes, you can have the power of Christ. You can have that power and authority that Christ gives. But let me tell you something. If you don't believe it, you're in trouble. Because as soon as them demons even see fear, they're coming for you. You ever see anybody doing an exorcism that feared it? No. See, I was never scared to death, though, even as a young boy. You know, there was times that I would actually try to die just so I could see what it was like. You can see why somebody with a mindset like that, it's scary. Some of the stuff, I'm telling you, some of the stuff scared me. The thoughts that I would have as a child growing up. I mean, look what I did to a sock monkey. You don't push my pal off the bed. Tied a rope and goodbye, sock monkey. Took him for... He could have ran. He just didn't... He couldn't keep up. Not my fault. I actually had a person say, you know what, Nelson, that's like the beginning of being a serial killer. I'm like, you don't think I didn't think about that when I got older? Good grief, man, I'm killing stuffed animals. But I did bury it. I buried the head way on the other side of the apple orchard, and I buried the body way up on the other side. Because I didn't want it to reconnect. Because I watched Frankenstein. That's how I knew to bury the parts in different places. Because I didn't want nobody to sew them back together and then he'd come back like Frankenstein. See what happens when you let your kids watch stupid movies? There's another example right there. I can give you this kind of knowledge all day. Because it's so simple-minded that you'd sit there and really think about it, but you're going to think about it even harder because you're like, wait a minute, what the heck did he just say? You're right. I said it. Hey. Don't come to the channel. I don't know. That guy must have a serious heavy load. Construction vehicle. Do not follow. Well, I don't want to follow you because you got garbage coming all off your truck, rocks and everything else. I already got a chip in my windshield. But I'm telling you, it almost looks like kind of like a sleet, like a snow. What's the temperature? No, it can't be that. It's only 49 degrees. But I'm excited, people. I can't wait till this next video uploads. Well, after this one. I actually did a couple other videos, but I don't know what happened, so I just deleted them. And I was like, I'm just tired of even trying to get them to do anything. We got the election coming up. Just pray, people. Pray for God's will. That's all I'm doing. Because honestly, we are in such a fine line of crossing a line with both of these, Republicans or Democrats. Trump can't save us. Kamala, whatever her name is. I'm not making fun of her, trust me. I just don't know how to pronounce her name. I really don't. I thought I had it right, then I heard somebody else pronounce it, and I'm going, man, I'm way off. Kamala, I've heard of that. I don't know, whatever. But either way, she can't save us. Only Jesus can save us. So why are we putting these people on such high pedestals? I don't get it. I don't get why we put them so high up there thinking that they're going to save us. Well, Kamala said that she is going to reduce taxes. Really? Because please explain to me where they did this in the last 3.5 years. Trump is part of this 2025 thing where the tax is going to go up. Who do you believe? You believe either party that's going to save us? But let me ask you something. Did Jesus go to the cross for Republicans? Just Republicans? If you could say no. Did Jesus go to the cross just for Democrats? No. Okay, well, I got one more. Did Jesus go to the cross just for the independents? The one that goes either way, they don't care. Republican or Democrat, whoever's a better candidate, that's who they're going to vote for. Why did we have to start that party? Why do we have to be a Republican or a Democrat? Why can't we all just be independent? You vote for whatever you want. Because you're telling me if I'm a Republican, I can't vote Democrat. You're telling me I'm Democrat, I can't. I voted Democrat, then I voted Republican. So what difference does it make? The better of the candidates, that's who I'm voting for. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. Because really, to be honest, I don't believe any of them. I truly don't. Gas prices soared back up. Now they're starting to come back down because we're getting close to the election. Let me tell you right now, people, we'll see. Because I really don't hear too many people talking about how they're going to fix this fuel crisis, how we're going to fix these outrageous food prices. But yet, all you're hearing about is taxes, stimuluses. That's why we're in trouble. Pouring out all this money for these wars. It's insane. That's why I'm just asking for God's will to be done. It's got to get worse before Christ comes. So I hope whatever comes out of this election, that this is it. I hope the Biden administration stays in office so they can finish destroying us and we can just go home. But again, I seek God's will to be done. Many people say that I've lost my mind by saying that stuff. No, I'm being truthful. Seriously. I'm tired of living here. I'm tired of going through this nonsense. I'm tired of people's crazy. It gets worse and worse every day. Tell me if I'm wrong. That stuff tastes good when it was cold. Not so good when it's warm. The white cherry it's not bad cold. This is black cherry. It's got a funky taste to it. Maybe it's bad. I had a person argue with me about that. Said water don't go bad. I said, and I say an argument because all I did is reply back and went, yeah, it can go bad. First of all, we're putting it in recycled plastic. And there is dates on water. Because you can't leave it in that plastic that long. Just saying. Read the dang water bottles if you don't believe me. There's dates on there for a reason. Go ahead. It's like soda or pop or soda pop. Whichever, whatever you want to call it, out of the three, call it whatever you want. It's the same thing with that. Seriously. There's an expiration date on it for a reason. Because the longer it sits in that aluminum can, the nastier it gets. You can literally start to taste aluminum. It's crazy, isn't it? Now that's the first I've seen of that. State Trooper Recruiter. I'd like to become a state trooper. Yeah. I want to be all I can be. That's right. They wouldn't let me go to the military. Because I missed the math by 3 questions. I've noticed something in my life. Everything that I really wanted to do or was going to try to do, I missed it by 3 questions. I thought about that. There was a few different things that I tried. I missed by 3 questions. 3 questions? Are you kidding me? I passed everything else, but 3 questions on math, and you won't let me go into the military. Or maybe it was the fact that I told the Marine Corps when I went in there and I took the test, and I missed it by 3. He said, come back on Tuesday, and you can take it again. He stopped me when I was walking out. He goes, hey. I said, yes, sir. He goes, how long do you plan on being in the military? And I said, until I have your desk. And I truly meant it. Until I have your desk. You know why? Because I had nowhere to go. You ever see The Officer and the Gentleman? Mayonnaise. I was mayonnaise. I had nowhere to go. At least I would have had a warm bed, some food. I wasn't too amped up on people telling me what to do, but I could get through boot camp. I know I could. I think the reason why I didn't end up in the military, because I didn't have the right mindset. I would have just killed anybody and everybody. And if we were in war and there was open fire and people moved and I couldn't see you, it was dark, most likely I wouldn't care if it was our side or not. I probably would have just started shooting and asking questions later. That's why you don't give a guy like me guns. That's why I believe God didn't send me over there. Today, yeah, I could have a locker full of guns. Because today I don't have that mindset. I don't have that anger and that hate. Thank God, right? Halloween's coming up. Yay.
Don't say it's the devil's holiday. We don't want to hear that.
Okay, I won't tell you. It's the devil's holiday. Be cautious. If you are one of those people that take your kids trick-or-treating, okay, be cautious. You notice I'm not telling you no. Eventually, you'll start seeing stuff that you wish you didn't see. I'm telling you. These things have been walking this earth for a long time. They've been watching people for a long time. And the closer it gets to Christ's return, the more and more we're going to start seeing evil expose itself. We'll see. And then we have, I'm sure if anybody's been in the stores lately, you see the Halloween stuff starting to go on sale right now. You're starting to see Thanksgiving stuff come out. I'm excited. a turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, deviled eggs, Darlene's green stuff. The nice big giant yeast rolls, cottage cheese. I like cottage cheese with mashed potatoes. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, don't it? Like certain foods, I relate to eat cottage cheese with. Yeah. Welcome to my world, people. You can see why Darlene thinks I'm a picky eater. You want cottage cheese? No. But if I'm having like chicken or something like that, steak, if you put mashed potatoes on my plate, I will have. If you ever sat with me and you seen mashed potatoes on my plate, you would see cottage cheese. For some reason, mashed potatoes and cottage cheese to me, it's on the plate together. I don't know why, but it's just, don't hate me. Just because I'm different. Then we got Christmas. The most back and forth holiday that everybody tries to shut down. As long as you are upholding Christ's birth, I don't care if you put up a tree. I don't care if you celebrate with family for 3 days of it. As long as you're upholding Christ's birth. And Christ is the center. Does it really matter if somebody puts up a tree? Well, Nelson, what's the difference in people doing trunk or treat at the church? Because you're inviting a satanic entities. You're telling them it's okay to come to God's house. I don't care how you look at it. Then you tell me, if you think I'm wrong on this, then you tell me what's the difference. What is the difference of playing a Parker's Brothers with Ouija board or inviting trunk or treat to your church grounds? That's just a game. They're just kids. Kids can't be possessed. That's crazy, Nelson. Really? You better go back and do your homework. You better go back and do your homework before you come at me with that again, because I'm just going to really sit you down and have a nice conversation and explain to you how the demonic realm really works and how many people that was possessed in the Bible. Did not Jesus cast demons out of kids in the Bible? Yes, he did. So I guess that kind of proves my choice, my theory right there. So you really can't come against it. Because now you're calling the Bible a liar. And if you're calling the Bible a liar and you're calling the scriptures a liar, then you're calling Jesus and God a liar. Let me know how that one works out. Because Lucifer did the same thing. He convinced people. So does Satan. He convinces you that it's all a lie. It's all magical. What's wrong with my cruise control? Stupid cruise control. No. Slow down. There we go. So, think about it. I think sometimes people just love to cause chaos. If you want to celebrate Halloween, you go right on ahead and celebrate it. And I promise you, as God is my witness, I will never tell you I told you so. When it starts happening, good luck. Good luck. When your kids end up doing stupid stuff, good luck. Halloween night, there was always something wrong. Look up Hallows Eve. Tell me I'm wrong again. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe this is just one big dream. Maybe we don't even exist. Maybe somebody's sleeping right now. And this is all make-believe. And I'm waiting for the person to go, what? Seriously? Seriously. It's all make-believe, people. None of this exists. This world don't exist. Our lives don't exist. We are just characters in a storybook. Wouldn't that be something? Like one big giant soap opera. Days of Our Lives have been on for as long as I can remember. Not much has changed on it. Not much has changed in this world. It's just getting more and more evil. Now I'm hungry for turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy. I used to make homemade gravy. I don't do it anymore. Does anybody put stuffing inside of their turkey? Like under the skin and inside of it, or do you just bake it separate? I put some in under the skin where the breast is, and I put some inside of it, and then I put some around it where it gets into all the juices flow into it. But I also cook my turkey upside down, so all the juices are running down into the breast. Stays pretty moist, people. But I also cook my turkey overnight too. I cook it on about 225. I'll turn the oven on, put the turkey in. By morning, that bad boy's done. Most likely overnight it's done. I put bacon on top of it. Gets it all nice and crispy. Yeah. All ready for some? Let's get some. My body's stiff. I'm telling you, man, I was rubbing my face earlier. I was like, I just shaved. It's crazy. The spider bite right here in my eye is really starting to get to me because it's like swollen. It was so swollen this morning. I literally had to push up on my eye, and like it was so. It's hard to explain. It almost felt like a balloon. Then I pushed up on it, and it's like you can feel like the pressure releasing off of it. Kind of like when my eyes would get swollen boxing, and they put that metal like pressure thing on there and push back on your eye. And man, I've had to pop crap on the side of my eyes and feel that blood and all that water stuff from my eyes being swelled up. Yeah, that's intelligent right there, people. That's why I said no matter how many fights I won, I lost them all. I actually had my coach tell me one time, why don't you just stop? Look at you. I said, it's kind of hard to look at myself, coach. He says, why? Because I said I can't see out of the squint of my eyes. Well, how are you hitting him? I'm listening to his feet. How's that working out for you? Not so well. Because by the time I heard his second foot hit the canvas, I knew he was either going to hit me with the left or right by listening to the way that his foot would come down. Because all I have to do is put my hand out and tell if he's throwing with his left or his right, because most likely that foot's coming out. So if that foot's coming out and he's getting ready to throw a left, I would throw my left. But if he's throwing a right, then I would throw my right. All I had to do is let him hit me to determine how close or far away he was from me. I wouldn't go with that strategy because I would look like a mangled up mess sometimes. But when your eyes are swelled, they're swelled. My one coach, when I left him, he told me not to go. Over and over and over. Don't do it. They don't care about you. Don't do it. I think the state trooper is going to pull me over. 70 miles an hour. I'm doing 70 miles. Oh, man. Well, he just moved to the middle lane. If he pulls me over, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave this running. Not that it's funny, but they can't make you turn it off. I'm doing 70. And sometimes he'll jump in a different lane to watch somebody too. And I believe that's what he's doing. This car passed me, and I know they had to pass me at least 80 miles an hour. And now he's going around me. I was going to go hide. I was just going to jump in the back seat and tell him I wasn't driving. That would be a lie. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I wasn't going to do that. I was just seeing if you were paying attention. Hour and 12 minutes, people. Okay, I got it. Hopefully, I even got everything out that I wanted to tell you that I was going to do this week. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Good luck with it. But, some new guests are coming on the channel this week, so watch out for them. Take time to pray about the election. I'm just praying for God's will, and that's how I'm leaving it. Whatever happens, because neither one of them can save me. They can't save you. They all talk great games. I mean, I'm not coming against any of them. I'm just saying you vote for who you want to vote for. You vote. If you feel the vote for Trump, you vote Trump. If you feel the vote for Miss Harris, you think it's wise to vote for her, then vote for her. If you think it's wise to vote for the independent person that they're going to put on there, then let's vote for that. But pray. And God will lead you. Or don't vote at all. I don't know if I'm going to be able to vote because maybe. Depends on if I do an extended week. If I do an extended week, I won't be able to vote because I'll have to work all day Tuesday. And I won't be able to because I won't be around a voting place. And yes, the early ballots and all that stuff, I don't trust that stuff, people. And you really think that my one little vote's going to matter? It might. There's nothing wrong with voting. Don't let anybody ever tell you that it's wrong to vote, because it's not. We're supposed to vote. Does it matter? Not so much. It's sad, but unfortunately, this is the world we live in. So, we'll see. Let the countdown begin. November 5th. Does anybody else think the way that I'm thinking it's going to be another, we won't know until a few days after November 5th? I just got a feeling that's going to take place. while back, I was thinking, I thought it would go quick. We would know the answer November 5th. But right now, I'm kind of leaning towards a couple days later, like this last election went in 2020. I could be wrong. I could be right. I could be wrong. I think I just said that. So, I'm going to end the video. Just want to thank everybody who's been watching this channel, giving the thumbs up, sharing the videos. A lot of shares. I wish it would tell me which video people are sharing. A lot of shares. I mean, literally, last week alone, 54 shares. 54. Man, I about fell over. That is by far the most ever on this channel. Wow. That's crazy. It could be a video or they could be just sharing the channel, but it's still 54. That's quite a bit. And yes, the women are still on top. More women are watching now than males. I don't get it. Doesn't matter. I appreciate all of you. But the crazy thing is, more new subscribers are watching than old subscribers. I think the old subscribers just got tired of listening to me. But I've said it. Doesn't really matter about the numbers. It don't matter about any of it except God and Jesus. As long as I'm bringing people out of that crazy lifestyle, then it's all worth it. Because without God and without Jesus, this channel is nothing but a bunch of words that goes nowhere. So, food for thought, people. Food for thought. All right. Be looking out for this week. I'm going to upload this one, and then probably tomorrow I'm going to upload one, and then there'll be, so by Thursday, either late Wednesday, if not for sure Thursday, you'll see another video pop up, and then there'll be one either late Thursday or Friday. Probably early Friday. And again, I don't know what time zone people are on. I just know, like, certain people, I know where they live, so I do know the time zone. Well, I know the state. Like Tracy, she's in New York. Susan, I want to say she was in, for some reason I wanted to say Wyoming, but I think it's Wisconsin. I know she's on that time zone, so I know it's one of those states. But there was a few other people I went on there, and actually I was looking up a video, and I started seeing people was telling me what states and stuff they were from, which is amazing because Jersey. I don't know a whole lot about Jersey. I know I went up in there and delivered stuff before. I was just up in Jersey. Good old Jersey. Oh, wherever we are. God bless you. Until the next one. Y'all like my coat? Does it make me look more professional? Does it make me look like a mailman? Police officer? If I was a police officer and I pulled you over, if you said, "Hey, I watch you on YouTube," I'd be like, "Alright, I'm letting you go with a warning. Make sure you hit that like button." next time, or I'm giving you a ticket for sure. Just kidding. Yep, there's that car. Yep, he pulled him over. No, I told you. Past me doing 80. That's why I can't understand why everybody's buying these Hellcats and all these cars. You're just going to end up paying tickets or getting your license suspended. Take a fool's advice. Anybody know how to get rid of spider bites? I've tried everything. I mean, these ones are starting to go away, but this one's starting to swell back up again. I think I'm going to have that ring forever. Because these ones right here, they're still hard knots. They're not as big. They're not sticking out as like they were. But dang, it hurt. Stupid spider bites. Why do I gotta get bit by everything? I'm complaining again, aren't I? It's alright if you say it. Anyways, I'm shutting this video off before it's 20-hour long. You guys will be falling asleep and waking up, and it'll still be on and be like, man, shut up. You don't say shut up, you say be quiet. No, come on now. We're not trying to hurt people's feelings. What we teach our kids is what we do. I'm so glad my children weren't around when I was doing this stupid stuff I was doing. But either way, God bless you guys. Till the next one.